Men of Reddit, what's the hardest thing to explain to women? Sometimes I'm not in an emotional or mental state to be ready for the bedroom. I need romance to get me there sometimes too. Yeah man, it can really frick with the vibe if you're enjoying taking the time and she wants to just get in there. Both parties need to be ready for the next stage before they go there. When you ask me how my day was or what I did today, nothing in my day usually stands out as special, so I just don't remember. I usually don't remember what I do, I just live. The concept of post-nut clarity and the related power your boner has over you. Men, am I alone in knowing that you shouldn't text any woman if you're frisky jerking off? I text anyone I would normally, and I have done some bad things due to horniness, but I stick to talking to my girlfriend. My main concern is using the search bar on Pornhub. Stick to the usual. Do not experiment when you're frisky. You will cry after you nut. I'm seriously not checking you out every time you walk by in the office. I turn my head for dang near everything that enters my periphery. You're really not that special. This makes me so freaking self-conscious in the gym. Every time someone walks past I look, especially in the mirrors, and I always catch the eye of a girl probably thinking I'm checking her out. I really don't want to be seen as that creepy guy making girls at the gym uncomfortable. It's literally the last thing I'm thinking about. This will probably get lost amongst all the comments. I think it is hard to explain to my wife how much I love her and the kids. I feel like words are not enough and I work a lot, but I wish my feelings could just be transferred so she understands. The specifics of nod code. It's easy to say up if you know them, down if you don't, but the exact meaning of the downward nod is hard to translate. It's seeing them, acknowledging them, and saying that neither of us have any issue with each other. Raise your hand if you just nodded by yourself several times. Sometimes an erection just happens. We don't control the thing. It's a physical response that could literally be from nothing. I accidentally walked into a door the other day and I got rock hard. When we say we don't care, we really don't care. Yes, we can have an opinion on something, but when we say we don't care, that means our opinion isn't strong enough to sway us either way on something. I learned to say I don't have a preference. That always seems to come across better. Very often, we say something at its face value with no double meaning or alternative meaning behind it. It's women who ask me, "What did you mean when you said that?" I said asked exactly what I meant. If wanted to state it differently, I would have done so. Some of us aren't always so articulate though. Oftentimes, I say something then realize way later that it could have come across wrong. Sometimes, this is me personally, so I can't say it's common. The struggle not to share emotions isn't as much the worry of backlash from society or friends, etc. It's more just a conflict within ourselves to verbalize and come out with it. I trust my friends with respecting how I feel, I just can't get it out because I'm fighting myself. Well, sometimes I want to express my feelings and the maximum thing I can get out of it is 2 sentences. That the reason I shake the gas pump the amount of time I do after I finish pumping gas is the same reason I shake my dong after I pee. It's just good sense. That just because I'm quiet in your presence doesn't mean I'm upset. Just means I'm either tired, don't have anything to say, or I'm thinking about something. Yay dude, I feel this one. My default state is sitting quietly. My roommate however feels the need to fill every silence she encounters with words. I think that she interprets my quietness as me not wanting to talk to her, when in reality I just have nothing to say at the moment. I really want to see if we'll get along well enough to date, but I'm horrible at maintaining a conversation without being too safe or too out there. I'm just horrible at maintaining conversations at all. As much as we're seen as sex-crazed pigs, we talk so little about women when we get together for drinks or something like that, and when we do the topic doesn't last long. Literally can't even remember when was the last time me and my best bud talked about women. We're both single too. Just usually talking about our old friends from school and what they're doing, cars, our jobs, sport, or politics occasionally. We're still a human, so that means we have feelings too. So please take care when choosing your words when you're arguing with us. My ex would say horrible things when fighting, then wonder why I was not in the mood to frick her for a few days afterwards. Seriously, I have learned to hate teachers that would teach the sticks and stones rhyme because the truth is stick and stones can break bones and harsh words will freaking destroy your self-esteem for years, requiring mental counseling, and even then you might never heal. That just because I'm a guy doesn't mean I don't care. I've had women talk to me about guys losing their hair. He's a guy so he doesn't care. I know a lot of guys who hate being bald or the fact that they are balding and their hair is thinning and hairline is receding. This idea that we don't care or don't care about our looks because we are a guy is ridiculous. I really hate how much hair I've lost. I mean, daily, multiple times a day. That I don't feel like having sex right now. But you woke up with a boner. Yeah, that means you want to have sex. Sometimes. Not right now. Yeah, not right now. You don't love me anymore. I have to pee. Too clean for the hamper. Too dirty for the drawer. That's why I put my cargo shorts on the floor. I have a spot in the closet hidden from my wonderful but short wife where pants go for further use. Stop trying to pick apart my mind. If a girl asks what are you thinking about or what did you say and I respond with oh nothing, it's always a problem. Sometimes I'm legit not thinking about anything. Sometimes I'm thinking about how that one time in 3rd grade my friend's dog wouldn't let me pet it and why he was such a bastard that day. It's all random and has no value to anything. Sometimes I blurt out what if the earth really is flat and then catch myself and think no, that's dumb as heck. And a lady will push tooth and nail for me to repeat myself even after promptly explaining the things I said have no value to anything. Sometimes I do big dumb okay, except IT. My words don't have some secret meaning behind it. If I say X, I mean X, not some random thing or insult you come up with. You can be so hot we get erectile dysfunction temporarily, usually performance anxiety, but I've had it happen where a girl dropped her clothes and she was so hot I got nervous and couldn't perform. It sounds like us making you feel better. It's not. And on today's episode of How Am I Going to Frick This Up? We'd love to be able to share what is really on our minds, sexual and non-sexual and every topic and viewpoint under the sun, except we're afraid of the relationship consequences. I find myself in this situation too, which I see it as a bad match. If I can't share everything I'm thinking about without an argument or even an agree to disagree situation, it's not a good relationship. No, you do not have superpowers that give you the ability to read my mind. Hearing you think makes my skin crawl. I feel this one. I have a friend who constantly assumes she knows what I'm thinking or how I feel about something based on 1 or 2 offhand comments I've made about the subject, and it's always way off. I can only imagine what kind of mental picture she has of me based on her own projections and assumptions. That we don't know every detail about everyone else in my life. When I mention I hung out with someone, my mom will ask me what their wife does for a living and can't understand that it didn't come up in conversation. When you say does this outfit look okay and we say yes, you look stunning and you reply well, you would say that. Half my brain thinks please believe me because you do look stunning and the other half thinks WTF did you ask me for if you aren't going to believe me. Yeah, my wife would always say, you're supposed to say that, and I'm like, no, you really are beautiful. But, apparently, if a 17-year-old boy compliments her, she'll ride his dong. The hardest, we have feelings as well. Things you say may not show to hurt us, but they hurt just as bad as it would to you. My legs aren't spread to show dominance, they're spread because my scrotum is sticking to my thigh and it's super uncomfortable, but less uncomfortable than explaining this in public. Guys literally don't think about anything sometimes. Guys don't pick up hints at all. If you make it a puzzle then we don't care. Guys don't always talk about women. It's not that we're hiding things or we don't want to talk to you, but we actually are just thinking of nothing in particular sometimes. We can hang out with other guys all day and not talk about anything personal or of substance. I think women tend to share more of this stuff with each other. What's going on in their relationships, career, etc. While guys tend to not share this kind of stuff with each other so often. We will every now and then. But a lot of time we tend to kind of keep things on the surface. I've just had so many of these kind of conversations. So how's Jeff doing? He's doing well. Is he still going out with Amanda? I actually don't know. Well, didn't you guys hang out all day? Yay. What did you talk about? Nothing really. Just kind of whatever. Isn't he your friend? One of my best friends. Bro culture. Women just have different relationships with their friends than men do. And it's hard to describe in rational terms how men's friendships work. We harass each other and are usually obnoxious, but would also break our backs for our bros that we tease relentlessly. Also, we can completely ignore each other for years, then randomly call out of the blue like we just spoke yesterday. When the question "what are you thinking about" gets answered with nothing, like, I don't really want to explain how I just imagined what it would be like if I was in a zombie apocalypse and what I would do and where I'd hide. All the places I'd have to go to get food, weapons and crap. How I just imagined if it was me in place of Will Smith in I Am Legend and what I'd do in his place. Stuff like that. It's easier to answer nothing than having to explain all of that and then get told you're weird, even though it's funny. When you ask us what we're thinking about and we say nothing, it's because we know you don't want to hear about ninja space dinosaurs. I dunno. I've always wanted to know that. I might even give you an idea you didn't think about. Your hints are obvious to other women, not men. If it can be rationalized, it will. No, we're not getting jealous when you're dating someone to get our attention. We're thinking good for her. I'm glad she found someone. We're not thinking that you're trying to get our attention by hanging out with us, even when you specifically asked to be alone with us. We're thinking, wow, I'm so glad to have a friend who wants to hang out with me. Words matter. They're effective and leave no room for misinterpretation. Just say you want to date us. Us guys are trained not to assume a girl is into us. If we do and we're wrong, we're socially crucified. At worst, it could result in legal action, depending on the extent it went to. It's too dangerous for us to assume, so please don't make us. Might not be the hardest, but explaining that men are generally fine helping with non-manly tasks. There's this stereotype that men who join a girl to do girly things, or even mundane things like grocery shopping, are bored and only doing it to appease the girl. That's usually incorrect. Ask me to go dress shopping with you. My sense of style might be barbaric, but we will make you look amazing. Take a spa day. I've never felt so clean and high quality in my life. As a little boy, it was instilled in me that emotions were roadblocks to ultimate goals. Sad? Do something about it. Mad? Do something about it. Happy? Better keep doing that. Feelings are hurdles to jump over, and I can go a while before tripping. When I do trip though, oh boy does the memory of pain shoot through me like a bullet in the butt. I cry like a bee about every hurdle up to that point, even though it was just one that made me fall. And because I don't fall too often, I don't really remember the procedure going about fixing the injury. You can load me on the stretcher and I might just roll out. You can give me a painkiller and I might just throw it up. Heck, I might be so traumatized by it all I might just stop running altogether for a while. If I don't jerk off, I can't think straight. I'll end up doing something stupid like invade Poland, start a mega church, or buy a timeshare. Till Hitler was just frisky and killing people as his fetish. Precisely how much a small tap to the nads hurts. Women have giving birth on the top of the pain threshold, and I'm not taking anything away from that, but too many women don't seem to understand just how sensitive those bits are. That it's a crushing burden to be solely responsible for supporting an entire family, home, education, retirement, and still being a good husband and father. Our brains can just sort of shut off. I'll be staring at the floor and she'll need be concerned at my expression. What's wrong? Nothing. What were you thinking about? Nothing really. Don't lie to me. What were you thinking about? Alright. I started to think about how it's been over 10 years since I've seen a Furby. Then I started thinking about a time in 3rd grade when I stepped on a girl's foot. Then about 8 minutes of nothing but a buzzing noise in my ears. When asked what are you thinking about and we respond with nothing, we are literally thinking of nothing. Why our pride keeps us from doing certain things. Asking for directions or help are the common examples, but also not coming off as high maintenance or cheap. Things like not sending food back, Not using small coupons and being sheepish with large coupons. We don't know why either, but it tends to go away in our 30s and 40s. Also health issue denial. I figured I had lung cancer for years before I found out what heartburn is. Never occurred to me to see a doctor or tell anyone. We're living an illusion and faking it until we make it, I guess. You girls have so goddamn much control over our emotions without knowing it. Most of us men are so dang touch-starved that the feeling of you running your fingers through our hair is a truth serum to us. You have us. We are no longer in control. You talk all soft and quiet and sweet like and ask whatever question you want while slowly running your fingers through our hair, and we are stuck, defaulted to our sleepy selves answering anything you ask truthfully. We cannot control what we say or do at that moment. And again, for most of us, we aren't flexible enough to scratch our own disgusting backs. So in the wild we rub it up against stuff like trees and walls and the corners of door frames, etc. So when you scratch our backs just right, that weird face we make and position we adjust to is how we do the doggy kicks when you scratch a dog in the right spot. Same dang thing. We hide our emotions too often, but you have the keys. You may not always see the effects, but you have the freaking keys. You have the big red button. Just know what happens when you press it. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.